Hi everyone, welcome to Skagit Crafts and your flower Pebble craft kit video. I would just like to say I appreciate you so much for your support of Skagit Crafts and our journey to getting an Angel of Hope. So as always, we got a craft kit video, instructional video to go with our craft kit to kind of work out a couple kinks, because I always make sure I make the craft first so that I kind of know what you're getting into. So first we're going to go through what's in your craft kit. You will find instructions in your craft kit and a list of items that's in your craft kit. The first thing that you'll find is a picture frame, a piece of poster board, one bag of pebbles. I don't put any more than this on your craft, on your art, because otherwise it might get too heavy. So you might not even necessarily use all of the pebbles. I want to make sure I have plenty, so you have all the sizes that you may need. If you wanted like one bigger rock, I definitely put that to the bottom of your painting, or maybe not use any big rocks. Just a suggestion, because I kind of played with it a little bit. And then you'll have another bag, and it'll have one paintbrush, 6 containers of paint cups, whichever colors that you picked, 1 container of Mod Podge, which is like a clear coat, and it will have a little X on the top, and then there'll be some paper straws to make stems for your flowers, okay? So, my suggestion is to first take apart your picture frame so that you can kind of get the idea exactly of where your pebbles need, your little stones, your pebbles, need to go. So we're going to take this apart. And you got to pop the glass out and set that aside for just a quick second. So then you're going to put the paper in first, then put the glass back in. I'm going to set this down, put the glass back in, maybe. Oh. Just 1 second. Put the glass. It's giving me some trouble because I'm on the video. There we go. Put your glass back in, and your back on, and kind of put it all back together with your poster board up front instead of the little thin piece of paper. So this is going to be where your design will be. So then from there, you can place the stones and the rocks where you see fit, and then maybe your stems. If you want to go out into your yard, maybe, and grab some stems off of your off of a bush or a tree, and like kind of trim it down. I tried playing with that and find really thin ones, maybe, or they get kind of heavy. I don't know. If too much weight, I felt like, on the So lay out all your design of what you're kind of thinking. So here we're just going to do, I saw that one design where it was kind of just 2 big flowers with a bunch of like pebbles on the side. Some are super tiny pebbles, and maybe those would be like leaves or something. But some of these like bigger rocks, I don't know if you would want to use those. But maybe if you wanted to do like the people, or where it's like, it looks like a a person or a bird sitting on a tree limb. That one was kind of cool. So I'm going to move the camera and kind of show you what I'm laying out here. So here's what I had. I don't know if you can see it, but anyway, so you're gonna want to like kind of lay out where you're thinking, right? And then you're gonna go ahead and decide like this will be green and this will be red and this will be purple. Okay, say like this stuff that's on top, and so you're gonna set that in little piles, and then you're gonna go ahead and kind of pull it all apart again and be like, okay, so this pile is going to be red and this pile is blue and then, or green, and then the stems are say green, okay? I don't know, whatever you want to do, right? It's your awesome project. So then again, you're going to take this all apart because then you're going to paint this backdrop. I found it easiest to go ahead and kind of put it all together because that's just what's best for me. Like, honestly, it fits the entire part of it. So I don't know, kind of just for me, I needed to picture it into its frame. So then you'll take your poster board and you're gonna paint that as a background, or as like maybe a sunset, maybe it's a little meadow, like a garden with greens, and maybe a blue sky, or maybe it's oranges and whatever you pick, because there are some orange and reds and yellows. I love it. So I'm not sure what design you had in mind. So then once you get your backdrop all painted and it's dry, so this is going to take lots of time for drying. And I also found that it took about a good 3 coats to paint the rocks. The backdrop was maybe 2 for me because I kind of had some thin spots, so I went back yeah. And the other thing is, if you wanted to cut your straw into like little strips, you can kind of play with them like that, make them thinner. Okay, and so once you get your backdrop all painted and it's dry, and then your stems and your flower petals and your leaves, they're all painted and dried, then you're going to put all your stuff back together. Lay it all out is what I would suggest, exactly how you had put it down the first time, because it'll change, right? And so then one at a time, take one, or you could take a couple, but take one at a time off and hot glue that where you want it. And then once that's all set and dry, which is pretty quick, so once you get that all finished, there'll probably be like little wispies of hot glue everywhere, so like let that kind of set and then kind of pull all those off, and then take your Mod Podge and clear coat and kind of just give it a quick setting. So I'll show you my finished project. It was actually on the picture. It was it's this one, and look right here, Benny was messing around and he popped off this one rock, so this goes right here for my flower petal. And so mine, I put kind of a lot, and I feel like at the bottom I put quite a bit of rocks, and if you look really closely, I don't know if you can see it, I added a little glitter, and I left a strip of white around the outside, but that was just me. So I used painter's tape to kind of make like an outline for that. Anyway, that was mine. So I just need to repair it. I made a bumblebee right here, you can see it, but I just painted a bigger yellow one and 2 smaller ones, and then I used just a Sharpie to make like stripes on it, so that it could look like a little bumblebee. I have this idea that I would somehow attach antennas, but I haven't quite figured out how to make that happen. So yeah, so that is the craft. It was a lot of fun, and I hope you enjoy it as much as I did. And so just keep crafting and staying busy and keeping your mind and hands busy Have a wonderful day. Thank you so much again for all of the love and support for Skagit Crafts and our goal, or my goal, or everyone's goal to get an Angel of Hope to Skagit County. So I do appreciate everything. Thanks. Bye-bye.